Hey Corner, it's me, and I'm here to ramble about 101 Dalmatians. Look, it's Patch. It's Patch the dog as a minifigure. Well, little Lego piece. He's so cute. So cute. Look at that. There we go. I have Cruella. It's a minifigure. I really wanted to steal my church family's like dog Dalmatian plush for this, so I could like sit here and like pet it the whole video, but we're not gonna do that. Okay, so the other night my church family, they did their Tuesday movie night, and 101 Dalmatians was the selected movie, and I have a really personal connection with that film and that franchise. As a wee lad, I used to walk around with this little like Dalmatian pillowcase, like it was Linus's blanket as a small child. I liked Dalmatians. I liked dogs as a little kid. And so, I mean, I guess that's the only personal connection. I messaged Neil, who's doing some really cool stuff on his channel right now, asking him if he'd ever seen it, and I was kind of going to bat as to why it was probably my favorite Disney film. And what spiraled in the middle of viewing this movie, which I've seen several times, turned into a Petersonian rambling about the film, defending it to Neil. And so this rambling and some of the notes that I have on my computer right here are the fruit of that rambling and thinking about it. I may or may not have had like a glass of wine or two. So here we go. Okay, so we look at most of the Disney films that are most prolific in the public consciousness. What are they? They're The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, The Lion King. I would say Tarzan, but I mean, maybe that's just me. Mulan, right? What are most of these films, if not all of them, have in common? It's the common themes of responsibility and coming of age in some way. It's also about fulfillment and the self-actualization of the individual, especially the Disney Renaissance films, which are all about having a dream and having a goal and seeing that it is fulfilled, because that is that which the individual yearns for. Every one of those movies has some big "I want" song, right? For Little Mermaid, it's Part of Your World. For Belle in Beauty and the Beast, it's actually, I think it's called Belle. That's the reprise where she's talking about wanting adventure in the great wide somewhere. All of these films point to the individual in some way, and the realization of the best self that they can be, that which is highest in themselves is like the goals that they achieve. And Peterson touches on this, or did touch on it a long time ago in some of his early works, both in his college lectures and the times that he would dabble in it with regards to like his Genesis lectures. Right, Pinocchio is all about responsibility, right, as well as coming of age and learning how not to be a jackass. That's my terms for it. But Peterson did extensive analysis on that movie. That it was on record saying that it was his favorite film of those. And that movie in particular, right? That's where the saving your father from the whale, from the dragon kind of concept is. And I think a lot of those movies have that in some way. There's a rescue of, right, the parental figure, if there is one, in some capacity. But 101 Dalmatians is not like any of these other movies. We really want to oversimplify this movie and strip everything away of it beyond maybe a general synopsis of the story/plot. The movie is about a young mother and father who go to the ends of the earth to rescue their children who have been taken away from them by a great evil. With the help of the local community, they are able to rescue their children and by extension save dozens of more children from an evil fate, and in turn these other children are adopted into the parents' family. More or less, that's the synopsis of the film. If we take away any of its aesthetics, take away any of its distinctions from maybe other stories that do this. 101 Dalmatians is above all else about the preservation of family and the necessity of community to combat evil in the world. If you don't think that is the most pertinent, relevant story to, I think, the 21st century, and maybe even just to the corner in the discourse we've had previously in this little space on the internet, I don't know what you're talking about. The telos of the film isn't about becoming the best self or coming into oneself in a manner that is responsible and beneficial to the broader society as a whole, right? The individual as a participant in the world. The movie's focus is about the preservation of community or family with the help of community. And there's very little about the individual in this film, which is, a far departure from much of the rest of the library of Disney's animated films. And I think that's really something, because I also, upon reflection and messaging Neil and talking with some other people, have really struggled to find other examples of films or media that do this, that have this focus on the idea of the parental figure being a mode of rescue or salvation, or a film that focuses so primarily on the virtues of motherhood or fatherhood or parenthood. The closest one I could come up with and think of was Finding Nemo, which very much does the same thing. I don't know if I really have anything else to say other than this movie's really good and is talking about themes and ideas that the common culture really don't like to focus on, like parenthood and family. I would just say go check it out, watch this movie, and if you can provide a better Petersonian or other kind of thoughtful analysis than I have, like, go for it. I want to hear about it. So I guess that's it. 101 Dalmatians is a really good movie. I think people overlook it as a really, profound and important Disney film, and it needs more attention to it. That's it.